Hello my friends, and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about my favorite books of 2022 so far. I feel like this video is kind of fun, and also it was very hard because I'm a very lenient rater. I feel like we all know this. I give out 5 stars pretty easily. I would say I change how I rate books pretty much for every book, just because I don't know. The ratings are hard to do sometimes, and I feel like I can't really stick to a set guideline. That sometimes when I read a book, I just feel it. Like, I just know. I can't explain why it's a certain rating, but I just know it's that rating. Some books I can clearly lay out why, for XYZ reasons, that it is a 5-star or a 2-star. I don't know. And then sometimes, like with 3 stars, it just depends. 3-star, I feel like changes all the time for me. My qualifications for a 3-star at least. So I don't know. I feel like my ratings are kind of all over the place sometimes, but I would say we all agree that I'm a pretty lenient 5-star giver, right? Like, I give 5 stars pretty easily. If I really like a book, I'm just like 5 stars, 5. I know not everyone agrees with that. We all have different rating scales, how we feel about books, but that's just how I rate books. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just how it happens. So for me to pick my favorites of the year so far, we're about to be in June. We're about to be halfway through the year, which is insane. But I felt like, I don't know, I could pick a few books and say that those were for sure some of my favorites of the year as of now. Do I think this ranking might change by December? By the end of December? By January of 2023? Yes. Without a doubt, I'm sure my ratings will change because I don't know what books I'm going to read at the end of the year. What if some books come barreling in at the end of the year and just blow all these other books out of the water? I mean, it could happen. It could happen. I have no idea what's going to happen by the end of the year. But as of right now, these are my feelings, and I thought it would be fun just to reflect on some of the books that I've read and talk about why these are my favorites. And yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of these you're not going to be that surprised about. I only just raved about them for, ever. So I feel like none of these are going to be shocks, but I would love to know if you guess them or if you get any right. Let me know in the comments down below if I'm super predictable, because I feel like I might be super predictable. So, just let me know if you guess any in the comments down below if you get them right. But let's talk about my 6 favorite books of the year so far. First up, I feel like is not a surprise. I really don't think it's going to be a surprise. I started my year off with this book. I read it in January, and it's as good as everyone says it is. So, and it is They Never Learn by Lane Fargo. This is a thriller. It is about a woman who kills bad men, and it is dark academia themed, which we all know I have a hard time with dark academia. This was the first book I read that really was like, yes, I like dark academia. Then I read some duds, and I was like, maybe I don't like dark academia. Maybe I just like this book. But this book is incredible. It is thrilling. It is twisty. It's so engaging. It has extremely short chapters, which we all know I absolutely love, because I hate reading chapters that are longer than, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages. I feel like 5 or 6 pages is a long enough chapter. After that, it's just too much. It's just too much. So when there's short chapters like 2, 3 pages, maybe 4, that's what I'm talking about. When you add in a character who kills bad men, that was exciting. It takes place at a university. I don't know. I loved everything about this. I can't complain about anything of this book. It was an easy 5 stars. One of my new all-time favorite books. I mean, like, I loved everything about it. You know what I mean? Like, it was perfect. It was amazing. I know why everyone talks about it, why everyone raves about it. I get it. I'm also now in this group of raving about this book, and I will never stop talking about this book. It was incredible. I highly recommend it. I feel like everyone's pretty much read it now. I feel like I was really late to the party, so that's just usually how I go, honestly. I feel like I'm always late to good books, but I love this book. It had to make it into this video. Okay, it had to. Next up is a book that I also feel like isn't going to be that surprising, or maybe it will be. I don't really know. It might be surprising. It might not. It probably isn't. It is The Ravenous Dead by Darcy Coates. This is the second book in the Gravekeeper series. The first book is The Whispering Dead, and the first book I liked. I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was really good. I thought it was a good setup. I was interested in the story. I was here for it, but The Ravenous Dead knocked The Whispering Dead just right off the platform. It was like, I'm here, I'm the next book, I'm better, pay attention to me. And I did, because it was better than The Whispering Dead. I thought so, at least. This was an easy 5 stars. I love the characters in this series. I love the way it's going. I love the mystery to this one. I feel like there's just something about this series that I'm really into. And this book made me realize how into the series I was, because I feel like The Whispering Dead, it got me hooked, right? It was like, you know, you're gonna be into the series. And I was like, okay, you're right, I'm gonna be into the series. It's Darcy, of course I'm gonna be into it. But The Ravenous Dead was like, here, this is exactly why you're gonna be into this series. And I was like, you're right. You're right, you're 100% right. I don't have a clue if any of that, what I just said, makes any sense, but it makes sense in my head, so I don't know. I don't know if this will be the top Darcy of this year, because there are 2 other Darcy releases coming out this year for the second half of the year, and I mean, I can't say that they may beat The Ravenous Dead. I don't know. But as of right now, this is the Darcy that is winning, right? This is the one, because it's the only one I've read. But we'll see. I mean, we could have another Darcy in there. I don't know. It could be crazy. It could be like all 3 Darcys in my favorites of 2022 at the end of the year. We could have 3 Darcys. I mean, that would be insane, but also it kind of would make sense for me. So we'll see. But as of right now, this is the Darcy that's in my tops, and I really, really love this book. I really like this series, and I can't wait to see what she does with the rest of the series. Next up, I also feel like this is not going to be a surprise. Like I said, I feel like I'm not gonna surprise anyone in this video, and that is The Good House by Tananarive. This is one of my new favorite haunted house books. Look, everything about it is so good. It's creepy, it's scary, it's emotional, it's dark, it's disturbing, it made me sad. The ending is absolute perfection, which I know not everyone agrees with. I personally love this ending, and I literally cried when I read this book. So when I cry because a book is that good, it's gonna be in my tops, right? It's gonna be in my top favorites. It has to be. Because obviously it got me to tears, which isn't really that hard if I'm honest, because I cry a lot, but I feel like that deserves a place, right? Like it made me cry. So I'm putting it in here. It's one of my new favorite books. It's one of my new favorite horror books of all time. It's one of my new favorite haunted house books. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. It's chonky. It's a big boy, okay? But I love every second of it, okay? So if you haven't read it, this is your sign. Go read it. And of course it's on this list. Of course it is. The next book, again, probably not going to surprise many people. This is one of my new favorite authors. And it is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. I will read anything that Tiffany D. Jackson does. I will read anything. I think she is phenomenal at storytelling. I love her writing. I love her stories. I love everything about everything, okay? Everything she does is amazing. White Smoke is my favorite so far. I still have to read Monday's Not Coming and Grown, but this one so far has taken the cake, okay? This is just perfect. It is a creepy haunted house story, which we all know I love. It's YA, which I honestly didn't think it was going to be as good as it was, because, you know, sometimes YA, it doesn't deliver what we want it to, but this one did. I love the mental health representation. I really, really, really connected with that. I think that's part of the reason I really enjoyed this book, but I just found it to be so well done, and I related to so many things. And when you can see your own anxieties and, you know, your own mental health struggles reflected back into a book, I think it really makes a difference. And so for me, that was an automatic connect with this book. As soon as I saw that, I was like, I 100% relate, and I think that's one of the reasons I loved it so much. Like I said, it's actually extremely creepy in my opinion. I was really surprised that I was creeped out as much as I was. I think that the topics that Tiffany D. Jackson touched on in this book, like mental health, racism, weed, I think they were all done extremely, extremely well. I know a lot of people disagree, but I personally thought they were done amazingly well. I loved everything that was talked about in this book. The plot twist was actually so good. I did not see it coming at all, which automatically made the book better in my opinion, because when I get the plot twist, it ruins it a little bit. So this just, it floored me, okay? It exceeded all my expectations. I thoroughly love this book. Like, I, with my whole heart, love this book so freaking much, and I will never stop talking about it. I will never. I know it has mixed reviews. I know not everyone feels the same way as I do, but this book just did everything right for me, and I love it so much. So much. Next up, I would say, is one of the more surprising books of this year so far, and that is The Sundown Motel by Simone St. James. I really didn't think I was going to like this book, because a lot of the reviews don't seem that good for it, at least the ones I was reading. A lot of people were really disappointed by this book, so I didn't have high expectations. I really didn't think I was gonna like it. I didn't have high hopes. I was nervous. I picked it as a book of the month because I had the option to, so I did. I thought the cover was really pretty. I wanted to try it for myself, and boy oh boy am I glad I did, because this is so good. It has mystery, it has ghosts, it has a dual timeline. I just really like the characters. I like the story. I like the ghost aspect. I really love everything that was incorporated into the story, and it really worked for me. I love the setting. I don't know. I liked the mystery aspect. I liked the solving the mystery aspect. That's something I really enjoy in thrillers. And everything just, it did it for me, okay? I really enjoyed it. It surprised the absolute crap out of me, and it made me realize that I enjoy Simone St. James's writing. I also read the Book of Cold Cases and really enjoyed that one. I have The Broken Girls on my TBR. I need to get to that one ASAP, because I just think I really like Simone St. James's writing. I think she might just be an author for me, and everything she does just might work for me. So yeah, this was a very shocking success this year. I was very surprised by it. And last but not least, also surprising, this book shocked the absolute crap out of me, and that is The Love Hypothesis by Ali Hazelwood. This started my train of romance. This really got me in the romance game. This brought me out of a reading slump. It surprised the actual crap out of me. I really didn't think I was gonna like it that much. It didn't sound like a book for me. I mean, I'm not too picky with romances, honestly. It has to be really bad for me to not really like it that much. There's not that many tropes that I really actually hate in romance. So I had a feeling that I was going to enjoy it, like I was gonna end up, you know, semi-liking it. I thought maybe like 3 stars, 3.5 maybe, but to be just an automatic 5-star, the book to really get me out of a slump, and the book to really put me on the romance train. That's saying a lot about this book. I know a lot of people love this book too. I know it's been talked about for months. I know some people don't like it either, so it's not like that crazy that I ended up liking it, but for me it was just the scientist aspect I didn't think I was gonna enjoy. I thought it was gonna be like too smart for me. You know, because I have a problem with that in some books. When they're too smart for me, I don't enjoy them. I loved everything about this book, and it's fake dating, which is my ultimate #1 romance trope. I don't dislike many romance tropes, but fake dating is the one that I absolutely love. That's my absolute #1 favorite. I will read any romance book if fake dating is involved, just because I love it so much. So this just, it hit for me, okay? And now I'm on a romance train and I'm trying to read romance and I'm back in the game. I really think this book did something for me, and it's 100% a new favorite book for sure. I loved it. I loved it so much. Okay, friends, there you have it. Those are the books that I have found to be my favorite reads of 2022 so far. As of right now, as of May, as of this day, right here, right now, these are my favorite, absolute favorite reads so far. The ones that I would add to the favorite book list, like my favorite book list of all time. These are on there now. I enjoyed them. They're all 5 stars. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this list changes, what gets added, if any, you know, get taken off. I really doubt any are going to get taken off, to be honest, but I would like to know what's going to be added to it. I can't wait to see what books I really, really love by the end of 2022. I have, you know, like 6 months ahead of me to get all this reading done and see what kind of books I'm gonna read. I don't know, it's crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna end up loving the rest of the year, but I hope that these amazing reads are just the start of all the other amazing reads that I will get to enjoy the rest of the year. I'm very excited to see what lies ahead. Let me know in the comments down below what your favorite reads of 2022 so far are. Do we have any similar? Do you like these books? Have you read them before? I feel like we've talked about most of them because these aren't new books that I'm talking about. We've all heard me talk about them forever. But you know, if you want to let me know your thoughts on whichever book, you can in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It lets me know that you enjoyed it, and that way I can provide you with similar content. If you haven't already, feel free to subscribe to my channel. We can become friends, talk about horror, thriller, romance, manga, books in general, all that spooky, fun stuff. And with that being said, I hope you are having a wonderful day, night, morning, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!